So for the final time this hockey year, the anthem is out the way. It's time to play, and it's final day, and it's live.
I might get you to come round to mine and say that on Christmas Day. Just as we're slicing the turkey.
It's turkey day.
I'm pulling a cracker and talking of crackers, guys. This one.
Oh yes, I see what you did there. But they don't do that.
If it's anything like the semi-finals that we had yesterday, then we're in for a real treat.
Well,
let's set such a high standard this weekend.
Let's look like we always do between the pipes, because this is where it starts and ends. Straight up to the Leeds Knights end. There is that man, Sam Gospel. Gospel will be hoping and praying that his defence today do their job and give him plenty of vision, because he's going to need it with Connolly and Grosick coming at him.
I see what you did there, Ben. Gospel.
Yeah, I got that too.
Well, up the other end, Ethan James will have the fury of 4 lines coming at him. Every single one of them knows where the back of that net is with a puck. He's going to need to stand on his head today, and he can do that, which is going to make it interesting. So without further ado, George, I hand it to you.
Referee Trustwell ready to drop that puck. We've got lining up on the face-off dot there, Gomasic for the Raiders. Out there with Connolly. That pairing seems to be the central offensive thrust for this Raiders team. And out with them, Alex Roberts, the Canadian BC boy. Meanwhile, starting line for Leeds, Shudra, Brooks, and of course Kieran Brown.
And away we go.
Telford push from the face-off, and one of the Leeds players has already lost a stick. Goes
Raiders.
to the bench. Beg your pardon. It's Shudra over the blue line now for Leeds. Shoots, that went high of James's net. Griffin pinches to keep the puck in the Raiders zone, and now it's Tom Ralph for the Raiders. Outlet pass to Gomasic on the tape. Gomasic goes inside, shot by Connolly, and the goalie's been bowled over. Alex Roberts lost an edge driving the net.
It's also, like I already said, they're going to have to crash the net today with Gospel. We see it here, early here. Gomasic down that left wing again. That's all he's going to do all day. Cut down, and then last second, cut in and dump that puck in. Chase the puck in as they crash the net. It could be the way to unlock Gospel.
So, face-off will be down in the Leeds Knights. No, face-off is at neutral ice. And Harry Gulliver will contest this face-off with the veteran Hayward for Leeds. And it's a clean win for the Raiders. Pascale, the young defenseman, from behind his net to Sylvester. Sylvester plays a loose pass up to centre. Neither team able to take control of that though, and it gets batted back down into the Raiders zone, where Dewey changes the direction on play, and a nice outlet to Gulliver, takes it off his skates to Aliff, back to Gulliver. Gulliver stick handles, puck is loose, and it's batted out. And now here comes Witkowski for Leeds, but that was broken up by the Leeds defender. Witkowski manages to get himself back onto the puck, and Leeds feed it across the front of the net. Oh! A goal
From the
already.
point!
James must not have seen it. It's come in from the far point. I'm not sure, it could have been Hazeldine again. He scored in the semis.
Well, it comes out to the point, it's a one-timer, and straight in the back of the net, Archie Hazeldine unlocks the account for the Leeds Knights. It's now Leeds Knights 1, Raiders 0.
Well, that's the kind of start you want, guys, isn't it? Coming out, putting a point on the board, stamping your authority, and Leeds certainly doing that.
And there's the goal celebration for Leeds. Fans loving it.
Only just over 1 minute played, and the Raiders find themselves behind already to this heavily favoured Leeds Knights side. Barry on defence for Leeds. Up to her here. Endicott now chasing. Knocks it round for Barnes. Novak for the Raiders. Centres to Wells. Wells handles, shoots, that's blocked. And now Barnes backhands one out so that Leeds can break with Endicott. Endicott just lost the handle on that one, but it comes to Barnes, and Barnes shot, but he shot wide of James's net.
And already the Raiders defence starting to struggle with the, well, I say struggle, it's getting a bit chippy.
Just bumped down to the ice by Cooper for the Raiders.
Are the Raiders seeing the sort of game that Telford played and are taking it to them.
Oh, fantastic move there. It was Perry who started up with a pass from defence, and just shows how quickly Leeds can generate attack. Perry again drops back to his D partner. Leeds opt to play it off the boards. Is Zach Brooks up to Brown. Brown, little pass inside. Brooks had to spin, and he's looking for Shooter on the spin pass. Didn't get through though. At centre ice now, Gomesic trying to handle past Brown, but Brown has stripped that from him. Brown now comes in, lays off on the backhand, across the Shooter. It's so easy.
Tic-tac-toe! Make it 2. The Leeds Knights putting on a masterclass early on here. Brown gains his own, drops it off to the wing. They feed it back to that man Cole Shooter, who slots it away. And just like that, it's Leeds Knights 2, Raiders 0. This could get ugly quite quickly.
Not much hope for Ethan James there. Beautiful 3-man passing play. We said, didn't we, in the Telford game, how much Leeds seem to be looking for one another out on the ice. Perhaps not always taking shots, but instead looking to make plays, and it really showed how they can connect there.
Yeah, that's a line of Brooks, Shudra and Brown doing the damage.
Meanwhile, puck is sticked away by James, and the Raiders look to build their first proper attack with Sylvester. Sylvester, long shot, gloved by Gospel, and the face-off will be down in the Leeds zone. Very quick start from Leeds here. They've just rocked the Raiders on the back foot.
I think that was the game plan all along. Come out, slam a couple of goals on them quickly, upset them, unnerve them, and then slowly but surely step the pace up. Gospel's going to have to be strong now, because the Raiders look like they're coming physical, and they're going to want to start smashing pucks on net as well.
Well, Sylvester just had a fantastic chance off a face-off win from Harry Gulliver. Probably the Raiders' best chance so far in the early stages of this game. Witkowski now drops one back for Hayward. Hayward pulls onto his backhand, but good read by Pasquale to strip the puck there, but Pasquale can't keep hold of it, and it's come with Witkowski now, and the Raiders have to battle to get the puck back. Now Sylvester shoots. Oh, he went blocker side, but he missed the net, and then Ailiff took a swing at it, but it bounced over his stick, and watch out, here come the Knights. For feed Hayward onto his backhand, and James.
What happened there? James was completely out of position. We'll see it again in the replay now. The minute the Knights break the blue, James had his eye on the puck and then was completely bamboozled by the little drag move. It's now Leeds Knights 3, Raiders 0. This is going to be ugly quickly. Hayward gets one on the board. And there's a timeout been called already by the Raiders. I'm not surprised. They just need to stop the momentum quickly, get the flow of the game. I mean, we are literally not even 4 minutes into the first period. Gary, you know, you're like an underdog story. If they come back from this now, this is an underdog story.
Well, it'd be a fairy tale, but 3 goals down so quickly. You've got to ask yourself, what changes would you make? Because you've got to go all defence, and do that, and you're not going to get a chance to attack.
Well, the Hayward goal comes by way of Howlett and Witkowski. All 3 lines rolling strong.
Leeds fans now in full voice with their team.
And it's only the first period.
Yet to see 4 minutes of this game played. Big cheer for the veteran Hayward. So, Raiders at centre ice. Cooper. Stretch pass looking for Power, but that's sticked away by Hair. And now Endicott is pinned to the boards by Cooper, and Power goes in behind to collect for the Raiders. Gets up to TJ Anderson. Anderson evades the forechecker and then turns, looks for an outlet pass. He tries to find Novak. Novak tried to kick it up to himself, but took a tumble in the process, and Barry strips him of the puck. Power falls to Power, and Power just floats one in towards Gospel.
Oh, it was an easy save, but there's a few afters. But you see it again, the replay, bumbles his man over. There we go. Being escorted back to the bench.
Novak is known to be gritty, as is Mikey Power.
Well, it could get interesting. Are we going to see Leeds pushing a few red buttons to the Raiders?
So, Gomesic, Connolly and Roberts, that top Raiders line that we've said can score, but yet to really see a good chance against Leeds. Yeah, here's Brown to an open wing for Leeds. Oh, tried to drag move, and well played Barry. Managed to cut that out with his skates. Now Roberts juggling the puck on his stick, and it falls to Gomesic. Gomesic! Scores!
Gomesic absolutely reaps it into the net. See that again, the replay. They see there was space out wide, he cuts out wide of the hash marks, shoots one, glove side high on Gospel. He's screened by his own defenders, and the Raiders get one back. It's now Leeds Knights 3, Raiders 1.
Well, look at Gospel standing in his net wondering what happened there, where was my defence, but it's enough to get the Raiders on the board, and we've got a game now 3-1 in favour of the Knights.
And you know what, I am so glad the Raiders have got one to get back in this.
Dewey now for the Raiders. Throws one in for Sylvester to pressure. A few bodies getting thrown around here, but it's Leeds that come away with Hayward. Hayward delays and then dumps in. Dewey, strong backhand all the way around for Sylvester. Sylvester's got the puck out. This is Ailiff. Ailiff turns. Oh yes! Oh! Found Gulliver, and Gulliver's shot. Fantastic save, Gospel.
This game's just woken right up.
Lovely little spin move there from Ailiff to find Gospel taking the middle lane. If we watch again here, knew he was under pressure, and a quick snapshot from Gulliver, saved by Gospel. So at the draw in the Leeds zone, we have, I think, Power, Ranson and Novak. Power wins the draw, but he wins it so cleanly that it escapes the zone. And Cooper with a pass up to Novak. Novak opts to tap that one in and go and pressure. Baldwin on defence for Leeds. Threw it over ended up flying across the top of the Leeds zone. Baldwin will try again now by getting the puck up to Witkowski. And Witkowski, now this is loose for Cooper, and Novak bats it back towards Ranson, but no one can seem to get a shooting chance away. Hazeldine now, the first goal scorer for Leeds, gets the red, flips it in, and Cooper must go back under the pressure from Howlett to recover for the Raiders. This is Wells for the Raiders, up to Connolly. Connolly tried to stick lift, but Hair, shot came off the skate of Cooper. Cooper, careful, Barnes, Hair, save James, a little settler for the nerves of Ethan James. He needs to make a few saves.
Cooper
doing
great defensive work now, shutting down Hair from really making a play from behind the net. And James stretching leg save then.
So the Raiders managed to dig it loose with Gomesic, and here they come. He's got Connolly on the wing with him, but he flips in. Both players full speed in with a heavy hit. Gomesic, fantastic. Then gets it up to the point, creates space. Puck driven to the net. Connolly couldn't get a stick on it, but it's loose now. Gomesic, low shot, save Gospel.
Gospel called into action early, which I don't think he was waiting for. Great to see the pressure coming from the Raiders.
Leeds change as the Raiders continue to press the attack, with Roberts looking for a puck between his own legs. Gulliver now, down low. Gulliver still with the puck on his stick, backhands one across. Oh, and Barry almost had a chance to finish there, but couldn't quite get his stick down to it.
What a game of hockey we are witnessing. We'll see it again. The scramble in the corner, managed to get it out. Somehow looks for the wraparound. It comes off Gospel's pads out in front again. Everyone dives on the loose change, but it's onto a Leeds stick and they clear it away.
So Raiders top line comes out again. Gomesic, Connolly and Roberts, with Ralph and I think this is Barry on D. Strange face-off win for Leeds there. Witkowski comes straight away with it. Oh, and he beat Ralph, but Ralph cut his legs out from behind him, and this Ralph
you'll never see a clearer tripping call in your life. Wow. See it again. There was a three-way tie-up on the face-off there, and coming across, Ralph just swings his stick right across the face.
The thing you don't want to be doing when you're 2 goals down is going a man down as well against a team like Leeds.
So no complaints from Ralph as he skates to the box. And Leeds now 5 forwards. Howlett, Hayward, Brown, Shudra. Brown to Shudra. Shudra down to Witkowski. Behind the net to Brown, out in front to Howlett. It skipped off his stick and flew out, and The Raiders managed to clear the zone. Barry pressures the breakout and then changes. Leeds playing with a couple of high guys here, just stretching the defence, enabling them to gain the zone. Brown down to Hayward, Witkowski, Shudra lined up for the one-timer, but across to Brown, and he got it through the legs. Oh.
Kieran Brown doing what he does. It's great power play here by Leeds. Worked that round well, created the opportunity, and James, I think, just literally lost sight of it for a split second. That's all it takes. It's now Leeds Knights 4, Raiders 1.
You might remember Gomesic was high-sticked by Hewitt in the Sheffield game. He's got a bit of an agitator to him. That was after a little cross-check to the back of Hewitt. So he's got that in his game to cause problems, get in faces. Oh, and a backhand shot got all the way through onto Gospel,
and they got
it home. The Raiders get their second to get back within 2.
And it's a comedy of errors here. Leeds Knights unable to clear the crease. Puck after puck after puck on net, and it's that man Aaron Connolly who finishes it. It leads there, and the Raiders fans, look at the Raiders fans, they're loving this. The score now stands Leeds Knights 4, Raiders 2.
Well, I'm recording the goals on my game sheet here, and at this rate I'm going to need 3 or 4 more sheets of paper because we've got 6 goals in 12 minutes.
I'll get a toilet roll out the toilet.
All I like to say to the viewers is just be glad you're not paying per goal, because Sylvester now for the Raiders, coming over the Leeds blue line. He drags and shoots, but he lost the handle on that and fluffed his lines. Witkowski now back for Leeds, drops to Howlett. Howlett, lovely move inside. Oh, diving Wells. And Howlett couldn't shoot through Wells, so Leeds instead try a centering pass. That's not worked out though, so Aliff and Howlett go and battle for the puck in the corner of the Raiders zone. Wells manages to clear the zone, but it's loose. And a little bit of pressure from Harry Gulliver threatens the turnover. Raiders know they've got to attack to win this game, so they do move the puck forward quickly, pressing high. A wide shot in here, some shoves between Griffin and...
Are we going to go?
Well, Powers stepped in, and if
Powell,
anyone will
Wells,
go, Powers
Witkowski,
certainly will.
it's a little medal. And there is punches being thrown. Wells is throwing them. Still not finished. On the board is Power. And Griffin looks to go now. Griffin's going. Griffin and Wells have gone. And yeah, there goes Wells on top of his man, and Griffin. That's a little tilt that's carrying on the floor. Well, what do you want in the final, guys? Goals, gloves, and more. And we're not even at the first period. We'll see it again in the replay, Gary. This is your stuff.
Yeah, just exactly what we've been waiting for all weekend. Few punches thrown, but it just proves, Ben, just how heated.
And it's not finished. Sorry to cut you off. Haywood is coming over to the Raiders box. He wants blood. Yeah, well, this is spilt over. This is going to fall into the hands of the Raiders now.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is exactly what the Raiders want. They need to get under the skin of the Knights, find out where the red buttons are, press a few, because they can clearly score, as they proved, and put pressure on that
well, at one point, it was almost looking like a mountain to climb. 3 goals behind, and the Raiders have pulled it back to within 2.
They've just got to find a way of stopping the onslaught of the firepower of the Knights.
Well, we'll await the official confirmation of who's getting what as we see that brawl once more.
Yeah, there's about 3 fights going in, and just the main one there, isn't it?
Yeah, as Griffin takes the loses his edge.
So 8:02 remaining in this first period here at the Skydome, Coventry, and the score stands Leeds Knights 4, London Raiders 2.
So 5 on 5, 5 minutes just over to play as Raiders struggle to keep the puck in the Leeds zone. Barry, pass up to Gulliver.
I will tell you what, I was not expecting this sort of performance in this first period. I thought both teams may go slow, settle down, but it seems like Leeds have come to play, and so have the Raiders.
Sylvester's long pass up to Gulliver opened him up from a shot from the wing, but he didn't quite get what he needed on the shot. And instead he's bumped down his man Endicott, and Endicott looks like he's going for a change now for Leeds.
Yeah, he looked like he's got a little bit of a hooking call, stick wrapped around his midriff. So, few checks being finished, few things being left in on the hits.
Connolly and Gomesick and Roberts out now for the Raiders, this line that makes things happen for them. And it's Gomesick carrying all the way, he drops off to Barry. Barry, long pass up to Roberts. Roberts lets it go off the boards to Gomesick with Connolly on the inside. Oh, Gomesick tried the power move. Gospel's down. And there's a big crush around Gospel's net, but it looks like Gospel securely got that puck frozen.
Okay, yeah. Looking here now, I actually thought the puck sailed over the pads of Gospel, but there's still a lot of love being lost in that crease there.
Yeah, no lights on, no signal from anybody.
Sorry, just under 2 minutes to play, I should say. The hair.
Broken stick on
won
the draw.
The face-off and now got the puck back. Oh, his shot blocked. Raiders looking to clear, but they can't. It's at the feet of Gulliver, but he didn't see it. Endicott shoots wide. Dewey taps one in behind. Gulliver and Gomesick trying to get the puck out here for the Raiders, but batted in behind by Barnes, I think. And now Sylvester up to Gomesick. Gomesick, nice move to evade his checker and return the puck to Sylvester. Sylvester. Oh, out to Gomesick. Stick check, put the puck up into the netting.
Well, Raiders are really starting to pile of pressure on late in this first period. Banging on the barn door. You've got a feeling something's coming, George. For the amount of pressure they're putting and good puck possession they're getting in good pockets of space.
Really impressed by the Raiders' ability to generate chances against this Leeds team. They might be 2 goals behind, but the way they're playing, it's definitely not an insurmountable deficit. Now here comes Witkowski. He's just lost the puck against the boards, and so he needs to handle smartly to get away from his man, and then protects himself against the stick check, and he's got it down to Hayward. Hayward's got Howlett here if he can find it, but Cooper had his stick down to cover that passing lane. Relf drops to Cooper. Cooper tries to get it back to Relf.
Yeah, final minute of the first period. What have the Raiders got?
In the corner, centering feed, sticked away by Ethan James. Griffin knocks it down low to Hayward. He's checked by Cooper. Oh, and that came off a skate, came off Cooper's skate towards Ethan James's net, but popped up in the air.
35.6 seconds left in this period. The London Raiders have got to go in head held high here. They have weathered the full force of this Leeds Knights side early on. Yep. They've taken it to them back physically, literally. I don't think that's quite over yet.
I think from being 3-0 down, everyone thinking this is going to be a Leeds blowout like we've seen so many times in the league, but they've really done well to get themselves back into this game. But they are still 2 goals behind against the Leeds team that you feel could score a hatful on any day. Gulliver taps the puck to Novak, just under 20 seconds to play, and Kieran Brown throwing a big hit there, but he missed his man. But now he drives to the net with a shot. Blocked by James into the corner. Gulliver throws a hit back on Brown.
Well, it's stepped up in physicality as we go in.
Puck at the side of the net, and Brooks took a swipe at it and then fell over, much to the amusement of the crowd.
We'll give him a 6 for that one.
Only 2.9 seconds left to play.
I thought you were only giving him 2.9.
Oh, 2.9.
I'm giving him a 6. 2.9 from our judge to the left. Tell you what, Raiders finished with some force at the back end of that.
Well, honestly, you know, when Leeds went 3 up, we felt this could be it. This could be over. It could be a runaway win now for Leeds. But that is not the way the period ended out. I mean, the Raiders have attacked so effectively in this game. You feel like they've got plenty more goals in them as well. So the puck has dropped and Leeds have come away with it from the face-off, and we've got a stick here up in the face of Tom Relf. He's gone down clutching his face. We're going to get a whistle, but I don't think a penalty call.
Well, is that
So,
Brooks again who's been involved?
Action straight away. Let's have a look and see what happened. Yeah, it was a high stick from, is it Barnes or Shudra that came up into the stick of into the face of Ralph? I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
No call.
Well, could this be the match to the blue touch paper, as Gary would say? I don't think things have quite settled. He's saying, yeah, he's saying to his teammates there, he caught one in the mouth.
So Shudra on the draw for Leeds, won by the Raiders. They get it round to Roberts. Roberts flips one, high one up for Connolly to chase on.
Oh, there's a call
We've
coming.
got a call here
That's on
behind the
Brown.
Wow. Oh, hello.
Dewey
hello.
goes over to have a word with Brown.
You see it again, the replay now. Watch it on the edge, bam. Brown.
So a late hit sends Kieran Brown to the box.
Well,
And Leeds will be short-handed to start this period.
have the Raiders found the red button they need to start this comeback?
Could be, it could be. They've done themselves a massive favour by giving themselves the man up.
So I
Again, with the momentum they were finishing with.
don't think we've seen their power play yet in this game.
This will be interesting.
But it's Gomesick, Connolly, Sylvester. And a
boarding
shot
call.
from Roberts.
Ooh.
Saved by Gospel. Gomesick works the puck back up to Roberts. Roberts cross ice to Sylvester. Sylvester taps down the source pass. And then Connolly works it behind the net to Gomesick. Gomesick, oh, he's just mishandled to the Leeds player. But it only comes as far as Sylvester, who backs it into Gomesick. Down to Connolly, up to Gomesick. Bit of room to look around. Oh, shot, Gulliver came off the side, netting and then back out in front, where Howlett had to battle it away, and then Roberts took a shot, which was wide of the net. Gomesick now protecting the puck, moves it on the backhand. Up to Roberts, long shot in, blocked away by Gospel. Good looks here on this Raiders power play. Connolly snaps one, didn't get all of it, and it came through slowly onto Gospel. Gospel got the pad out.
Leeds finally able to clear it down, but good pressure early on in this power play unit from the Raiders. Gospel looking a little bit pepper potted, but already shoot a minute of it up.
Raiders power play, stay out. Gomesick trying to backhand to Roberts. Roberts now carrying behind the Leeds net. Comes in front and looks for a shot. Now Connolly! High shot! Hit Gospel up high. He's trying to shake his helmet off, but it's in place.
Yeah.
And he does now get the whistle.
Yeah, he was calling for that, wasn't he?
Gospel trying to shake
We'll see
the
it
helmet
again
off
here in
his
the
head.
replay. Roberts drops it in that low slot there, wraps it round, and there's the second shot. Gospel literally diving everywhere.
Well, he was called on to come up big a few times so far in this power play. Raiders not happy that the face-off is coming out of the zone.
We've still got the Leeds Knights on the back foot though here.
Power on the draw for the Raiders. Leeds win it though. And Baldwin manages to clear it down to the Raiders' end. Now Ralph back out, recovering after that high stick early in the period. Over to Ailif. Ailif onto his backhand, behind the net. Puts it out in front for Novak. That one's gloved down by Ralph, who then bats it across to Power. Power's one-timer.
20 seconds
sailed
left.
wide. Dewey now at the point. It's up to Ralph, sorry. Ralph over to Power. Power looking to make a move inside. Goes back up to Ralph. Ralph back down to Power.
5 seconds left.
Just not quite working a shooting position here. And it looks like
And there
the door
comes
is
Brown.
open. Brown is out, so they need to be careful not to get caught here. Novak, play in tight, and then the jams on the rebound.
Gospel's
but
jumped on it.
Gospel has gathered.
Had a couple of shots at it there, didn't he? As we see in the replay. Manages to come from behind, looks for the quick wraparound, but off the post and back out, and chance gone missing there, guys.
So Gospel certainly the busiest of the two netminders to start this period.
That's a big Leeds change right there.
Whoa.
So pair. Shudra just whispering something to his defenseman, and he contests the draw with Roberts, but Roberts wins it and gets a quick shot from the face-off. Gospel says no, though. Now Raiders players taking a spill. It's Gomesick, and that's allowed Leeds to come in. 2-on-1, Brooks, low shot, good save, Ethan James. And Ralph and Barry bring it away. And now Connolly turning inside, and his low shot, save Gospel, backhand, Gomerich
Sam
saved
Gospel
again by
take a bow.
Wow, how did that not go in?
Both netminders putting on absolute stunning performances there. From one end of James's kick save to that opportunity there where Gospel jumps on the grenade.
Wow, 16:33 remaining in this second period.
So Leeds just deciding who they're going to have take this face off, and it looks like it's going to be Witkowski. No,
It's
Hare.
Ethan Hare.
So Hare wins the draw, and Hare knocks the puck out and down for Pasquale to collect for the Raiders. He knocks it back for Dewey, but Leeds get a bit of pressure on. Stops the Raiders from coming out cleanly. And now Leeds themselves have to regroup in their zone. Ailiff, good pressure to put the puck back down deep. And then Pasquale cuts one out of the boards, but takes a hit, and that brings Barnes away at centre for Leeds. Barnes drops to Hare. Hare shot blocked. Now Barry battling to get one loose for Leeds.
Yeah, lost in the skates of a few players there.
Long pass up to Ailiff. That's cut out by Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson then dumps one in, takes a change. Pasquale reverses to Dewey. Dewey, long pass up to Power, and Power just taps that one forward. Both teams changed. Power applies pressure on the forecheck, but Leeds come away. Backhand pass. Hayward knocks it forward off the boards for Witkowski to chase. Good job by Sylvester. Now working with Wells to try and keep the puck away from Witkowski and Hayward. Hayward has got it. He's on his knees, protects it, but then couldn't do much without being on his skates. This brings Sylvester away for the Raiders. Sylvester's shot is well wide. And now Gulliver has to protect the puck because he's got... Oh, and he's taken a penalty here. His man got the right side of him. So
It's a holding call. We'll see it again.
yeah,
Working down that right wing, and Gulliver's got no option but to rip his man away from the puck, hold him.
so that was Mac Howlett for the Leeds Knights.
Frustration starts
Creating
creeping, maybe.
Getting a penalty draw with a good bit of active skating. Gulliver looks dejected as he goes to the bench. Raiders will be short-handed, first time this period. Of course, Leeds already one power play marker. Can they get a second? Howlett turning, dumps in behind. This is Hayward. Patiently looking for space. Shudra. Shudra fakes, head fake, and then shot! And it's gone over the blocker and in! Cole Shudra.
Well, you give the Knights the opportunity and a man advantage and they'll make you pay, and this is what they've been doing, using the special teams to stack the scoring. Shudra absolutely rifles it past James, and it's now Leeds Knights 5, Raiders 2. That's his second goal for Shudra.
So, Raiders, positive start to the period, but they find themselves pegged back one more goal. The gap is now at 3. And Leeds threatening to build on this lead that they had. They've got back the 3-goal lead that they had, of course, in the first period. Raiders responded well to that. Can they do so now? Barry looking for Connolly, almost had that pass cut out, but now Gomesic flips one in. Pair, backhands to Gomesic, but it comes right round. The clearing attempt was a weak one though, so Raiders do get it back into the lead zone, but they have to tag up from offside.
The Raiders need to get on the scoreboard again soon.
Yeah. Leeds have dumped the puck in. Ralph collects, plays to Barry. Novak protecting the puck. Oh, he stick one out in the middle for Hare. Hare to Endicott. Endicott lost his footing though. Now Barnes bringing across, but Ralph comes back to collect for the Raiders under pressure from Barnes. And he went down, and there's going to be a tripping call here on Adam Barnes.
Well, that's how quick the tide can turn in this battle. See it again over the far side. trying to make her way around the net. The stick comes in, takes the legs out, and now just like that, the Raiders go on the attack with the extra man.
Well, the opportunity's been handed to them. They need to get something on the scoreboard before this Leeds Knights score starts slipping away from them.
Gospel came up big on the last Raiders power play. Is he going to be called upon again? Novak shoots straight off the draw. Rebound out in front. Finish. A-lift.
Wow!
It didn't take long. Only 4 seconds off the face-off win from Mikey Power. It came to Novak, who shot and who's there to clean up the trash. A-lift.
Well, just what the Raiders needed. The gift of an opportunity, and the Leeds Knights have paid the price for it. It's now Leeds Knights 5, London Raiders 3. Well, the fans are really raising the roof in this place today.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
So, Raiders effectively kill off the penalty, and now...
Well, James saw that late.
Yeah. Now, TJ Anderson's out.
Oh, nice move.
And he's done a good job to get the puck loose. And but he's just...
Is that a tripping call?
No.
There's cries coming from fans.
Sprawling Leeds player sent Anderson to the ice. But he then gets back into the mix to recover the puck. Hare gives Anderson a little shove. Anderson goes in on the forecheck. Hare chips the puck out for Leeds. And then collects the loose one. He tried to dump that in, it came off a Raiders body. So Wells goes back to collect for the Raiders, and he was hit hard by Endicott, and then a little shove between them. So, friendly game. Brown tips the puck forward into the Raiders zone. James comes out to play it, and he shoots it high off the glass, which enables the Raiders to come out. This is Power. Power goes wide, and his shot came off a stick and went high up into the netting. So there'll be a whistle and a face-off down here in the Leeds zone.
Yeah, it was a great breakout pass there by the Raiders, looking to gain the zone again, but they need to pull something soon if they want to try and get back in this. 8:47 remains. Raiders still withstanding the pressure Leeds are throwing at them. Dare I say, have the Raiders now got the measure of Leeds?
It's a little bit like it was with Telford yesterday, where you thought had they lost it when Telford had managed to go in front, but they kept up with them.
Leeds top line out now. Shudra pushes the draw forward. Pascale slaps one right the way round, trying to clear the Raiders zone. Hazeldine cuts that out, plays it down to Brown. Brown flips it into the corner for Brooks to gather. Brooks, nice switch play with Hazeldine. Hazeldine reverses, Shudra turning. Reverse it back down into the corner for Brown to chase, but Brown was looking at the ref, and a little bit of football there from Cole Shudra. Enables Sylvester momentarily to have the puck in the Leeds zone. But Leeds defended that threat, and now it's Gulliver backhanding one to centre, but a loose one, and now Brown, lovely move to get around his man and shoots. And the defensive player there, I think it was Cooper, came back and got a stick on that for the Raiders.
So just a little bit of a thing that we found off camera before in talking. I believe that Leeds actually went home last night, didn't they?
So Leeds travelled home last night, stayed in their own beds, and then went to a 9 a.m. training session this morning in their own rink.
How serious are they, George?
Absolutely. It's amazing to think that, after playing yesterday, I wouldn't say that most teams would play a training session between a double header, but it just shows their commitment to maybe work on a few little things, get a few things sharpened.
Well, it's shown with their 5-3 lead at the moment.
So this is Wells for the Raiders. Carries past his man, finds himself at too tight an angle to shoot the puck, so all he can do is spin it round where Power goes to work against Witkowski. And Hodgkinson brings away for Leeds. Hayward now. Cross-ice pass was too far ahead of Howlett, so Raiders defence will be able to clear the zone. And a nice little backhand pass there by Coopers, set Ranson free. Ranson dumps in, and then pressures on the forecheck. Novak tries to seal the boards off, but Leeds have come away with Hayward. Hayward across to Witkowski. Witkowski stick-handled and then just fed it back across Ethan James's net. Sylvester, beg your pardon, played a pass up to centre that his wingers weren't ready for. And now Novak's got the puck, and his legs going, and he's backhanded one in. Collected his own dump in to Sylvester. Nice movement here by the Raiders. Over to Gulliver. Gulliver turning. Creates space for Sylvester. Sylvester on the inside lane. His shot blocked. And then bodied away from the puck. And Pear brings away for Leeds. Gets to the red. Dumps it in. Oh, doesn't get to the red apparently.
Oh, I was literally about to say,
yep.
First time we've had a nice open play for a while. The clock's been able to flow. With only 4:53 remaining now in this period. But you can see now the Raiders are starting to struggle to put things together again. The Knights seem to have gone the other way and got the measure of them. Just getting the sticks in the way at the right time, holding the bodies in the corner to take that third attacker out the rotation. Could this be the key to victory for them?
Power and Hayward contest the draw. And then Witkowski goes to work, trying to maintain possession for Leeds in the Raiders zone. And they've managed to do that, get it up to Hazeldine. Hazeldine pumps it back down low for Hayward to chase. Hayward, nice bit of turning to get away from Cooper. Cooper strong on Hayward, but now Witkowski, oh, lovely move to open up and get himself onto his forehand and take an impossible angle shot that James was ready for. Now there's a tangle between two players at the Raiders blue, but it comes away to the Raiders, and a long shoot in from Power, easily sticked away by Gospel, and Hayward taps one out to Witkowski. Witkowski gains the zone, goes in onto his backhand, and then centred one for Hayward.
Could get a good break here, the Raiders.
Ailiff now, scorer of the last Raiders goal. Pressuring in the Leeds zone, but Leeds managed to get the escape, and now Ailiff. He's got TJ Anderson on his wing. TJ Anderson with a shot chance. The shot was a little bit too tame to beat Gospel.
Yeah, Ailiff and Anderson pairing up again really well. We've seen it all night so far. Ailiff just gains his own lovely drop pass, and look at that space that Anderson's got to shoot, and we know he's got the eye in.
Well, there's been a lot of whistles recently, which has just taken the edge off the game a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like Leeds will probably be quite happy about that, being as it is that they're protecting a 2-goal lead. Hayward on the draw, but it's Raiders that come away with Connolly. Over to Roberts. Roberts handles on the inside and then tried to go high. Gospel was in position though, and now Roberts handles and brings out in front. Shot by Connolly on the rebound. It's lying in front of Gospel.
Well,
we've finally got a whistle, but there's a big almighty battle in front of Gospel's net.
There is a lot of players in that blue paint area.
And under there somewhere is Sam Gospel on the puck, and that's where he initially grabs it, right there.
Yeah, doing
puts his
his
leg
job.
over the pad.
Doing his job.
Leg and pad, sorry, over the puck. Wow.
So a good chance for the Raiders to get back in. You feel like if they can get a late goal in this period.
Leeds fans loving the music. And lost in the moment.
Roberts on the draw.
Aren't we all, Ben?
Gomesic lined up on the left-hand shot. If Roberts can win it cleanly. We've seen this play before with Connolly shoot on the spin. Barry had to glove the puck down. He's dropped his stick and he then kicked his own stick away from him. And now there's only one defender back for Leeds, Leeds to generate a fantastic shooting opportunity. But Howlett shot it clean over the bar. Well, hangs his head.
Yeah, shot it straight at James. You can see there, takes off into Rosette as he caught too much of that.
You've got to remember, guys, both these teams coming into this final, very close, hard-fought battles to get there. You feel another goal from the Raiders would make it a similar game.
Raiders win the draw, and Wells bats it aside to Cooper. Cooper gets it up to Ailiff. Ailiff tries to go between his legs to clear the zone, but instead he gets a bit of space to pass over to Power on the far wing. Power to Ailiff. He's got a man inside if he can find Ranson. But now it's Power. Power's shot came off a skate, gloved down by Brooks and knocked up to Brown.
Final minute of the second
Brown
period.
with Griffin skating up through the middle. Brown knocks it back behind the Raiders' net, and the Raiders come away with Power's pass was straight to Shudra and allows Shudra just to knock it back into the Raiders' zone. Wells slowing everything down. Seconds tick away for Raiders to do something in this second period. 30 seconds left to play now. They have got the puck into the Leeds zone, but they haven't got the pressure to hold it there. Hayward coming through centre for Leeds, flips it down behind the Raiders net. And the Raiders swing it all the way around to Gulliver. Gulliver's touch brought the puck out for Novak, but Novak couldn't control it, and Leeds reverse the direction of play. Leeds once again, now Baldwin having to battle Sylvester, and Sylvester's done a great job to get the puck loose for
Oh, is that a tripping call?
Gulliver.
Yep.
Yes,
Gulliver
it is.
brought down, and the ref's hand is up.
Wow, 2.2 seconds remaining.
Wow. This means the Raiders are going to start the third with the upper hand, unless by some stroke of genius.
Or a skillful play, Ben.
Yeah. Oh, and there's certainly been some afters. It looks like Hayward's going in the box.
Well, was the call originally on Hayward? I think so. So we have a Raiders power play, only 2 seconds on the clock.
It's got to be a straight shot on net, surely.
Yeah, they've lined up with Gomesic ready to shoot the puck if Power can win the face-off, but he can't.
Well,
So-
yeah, 2 seconds out that 2-minute power play chewed up, but a whole minute 58 when we rejoin in the third period. The Raiders are going to have the man advantage.
It's been a funny game, hasn't it?
It was
Leeds took
quantity over quality
Yeah.
in that aspect.
I mean, Leeds are so clinical with their finishing and the way they connect, their lines connect and their moves. But yeah, everything to play for here. It's been back and forth since Leeds went 3 up.
Well, talking about funny games, George, how about Team Stripes? They played an awesome game.
Do you know what?
You're keeping it neutral here, Gary, for the Facebook crowd.
I've seen some absolute textbook exemplary arm waving.
Yeah, I mean, so much skill in the way they lift it. And blow the whistle, of course.
Yes, yeah.
This is Sylvester for the Raiders, putting across and a shot that flashed by the glove side post of Gospel's goal. Roberts now cross ice to Gomesic. Gomesic drops it for Roberts, but Roberts is going to have to go back and get that one. The Raiders all come back to regroup, except for Sylvester, who stays up as a high man. Roberts skates it up, flips it across to Sylvester. Sylvester onto the backhand, swings it round for Gulliver. Gulliver turning, looks up for Roberts on the wing. Roberts back down to Gulliver. No one up high in the zone here for the Raiders for the shot option, which makes it an easy clear for Leeds. Clear one all the way back down onto Ethan James. James passes the puck up to Gomesic. Gomesic shifts gears, moves the puck up to Novak. Novak taps one in that bounces out in front of Gospel's goal, but it's sticked away by a Leeds player. And Leeds managed to clear the zone. Gomesic signals for a change. 43 seconds left to go in this Raiders advantage. Sylvester now on the puck. Over to Ralph on this wing. Ralph gains the red and then snaps one round for Ailif. Up at the point now. It's Ralph. Ralph inside to Novak. Novak just on the backhand.
That looked like it bounced out from inside the post.
Out of nowhere, Novak found it on his stick on the backhand. Save Gospel though. Ailif handling behind his net. Now in front for Power. Shot. Save
What a
Gospel.
save, Gospel.
Leeds clear the puck.
2-1, trapdoor opens.
Hayward back on the ice.
Saying, what have I missed? Great positioning by the officials, by the way.
Gomesic now carrying up for the Raiders. Gets the red, flips one in that nearly took off his teammate's head. The Knights managed to swing it round for Witkowski. Witkowski to Howlett. Howlett coming across the front of the defence. And his shot had the speed taken off it, but James had to be wise to get his pad down. Connolly tips one into the Leeds zone. He wasn't the right side of the red line, but no icing call. So Leeds working it back out with Hayward. Flips one up to Brown. Brown has to spin to take control of that one.
The slashing call coming.
Gomesic, and Gomesic's going to get a slashing call here. So Leeds with a chance to get Gospel to the bench, and then Roberts upends pair. And the whistle finally blows. Slashing
Oh,
Here we go.
We got to stare down. But you can see it again there. There's the slash. Work back round and pair against
Having a good old chat there, aren't they? And once again, lovely work by the officials.
So Gomesick will sit for 2 minutes.
Go team stripes.
Leeds.
Enough now.
Leeds will look to regain that 3-goal lead. They have Hayward on the face-off here, battling to come away with it, but managed to get chipped free by the Raiders' defence. Brown goes back to collect. Ranson forechecking here for the Raiders. Nice head fake by Howlett to gain the zone. And then he looked for Hayward, but that was bounced past, nice. And it's been tipped past by Ranson, and Ranson tries to get the wheels on to get past Brown, but
well defended.
Brown, as you might imagine, faster there. Brown took a stick to the knee and is clutching his knee, but he seems okay, and Witkowski turns inside for a shot. Hayward recovers that, comes out to Brown. Brown at neutral ice, cross ice pass for Witkowski. Witkowski, crafty, in on his backhand, turns around, looks for support, then backhands one down low to Zach Brooks. Zach Brooks up to Brown. Brown across to Hayward.
Inside a minute of that power play now.
1 minute gone. No score here so far.
Lovely move.
Here we go, Novak. He's got Connolly in the centre lane if he can find it. Novak delays, finds Connolly!
Oh!
No!
Connolly can't believe it. He looks to the sky as Gospel brings him down. On a platter.
Aaron Connolly had nothing to do but to tap it in.
See it again, the replay now, quickly. Beautiful play as he skates down, puts it on the platter. There it is. And Gospel and the defence stand tall.
Leeds, though, back on the attack, still with 25 seconds of the man advantage. Zach Brooks carries it into the corner, then plays up to Hazeldine, to Brooks, up top to Barnes. Barnes looked to shoot, but then laid it off to Hazeldine. Hazeldine wasn't quite ready for that. So
10 seconds of the power play now.
Stepping in, cross ice, up to Barnes, one-timer, blocked by Connolly. And then Dewey tried to clear the zone, but that's been recovered by Leeds.
Trap door opens.
Raiders have killed this penalty. Gomesick steps back on the ice. And now Aliff stepping away with a bit of speed. Got away from his checker, Brooks. Tried to backhand one past the defenseman. But he's ridden into the corner.
Well, Brooks is making sure his man's not getting up.
No, we've got to be careful here. Could be a
on
call.
Connolly, well, Gomesic is going to send some love back the other way.
And there's cross-checks exchanged down there between Gomesic
and
I think it's Hazeldine. So no goals yet in this third frame. We've played just over 8 minutes. And the Raiders looking to get themselves back within one. Novak plays up to an open wing for Gulliver, but it was too far ahead of him. Play breaks down and Gulliver needs to tag up. Sylvester then will go in on the forecheck for the Raiders. But Leeds defence bring out with a bit of confidence. And the Raiders just able to choke that up. And Leeds have to settle for a clearance all the way down into the Raiders zone.
Almost half of this third period gone, 11:23 remaining time, slipping through the fingers of the Raiders.
Gulliver for Raiders. Dumps in and then pressures his own dump in to try and turn over, but Leeds come away. Bit of space here for Leeds to get something working. And
nice
Novak
hit by Novak.
Through a big hit on Brooks. Brooks looks to the referee looking for an interference call there, but the refs keeping their calls away. This crucial third period. Do team stripes perhaps not want to be the difference? Connolly down, protecting the puck in the lead zone. Working with Gomesic, and now Barry seals off the boards to stop Leeds from bringing the puck out. Griffin and Shudra are working down low. Now Griffin has got it for Leeds, and he will backhand one up to the glass. But that was kept in by Ralph's skate, and then Barry got it loose and managed to snap a quick one in low on Gospel. Gospel stick that one up into the net.
Yeah, Leeds standing strong here to this pressure. The Raiders are slowly building again. But as I say, time is slipping away through the fingers of the Raiders. Gospel answering every call of him that's being asked at the moment.
10:26 remaining of the third period. Commentary
so, Face off in the Leeds zone. Won by the Knights. They clear the zone. Barnes gets it up to Endicott. Endicott, central lane. Forehand, backhand. Oh, saved by James, but we've got a penalty on the call.
We'll see it again now. Breaks through on the one-on-one. Gets that close, and then is there a slashing call coming?
Yeah.
So Roberts looks like he's going to get a slashing call.
So it's
Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper's gone to the bench. As we said before, you know, some of these penalties you've got to do something.
Yeah.
You know, there are good penalties and there are bad penalties, and I suppose if there is such thing as a good penalty, that is one.
Well,
did it make the difference? Did it disrupt?
Raiders have done well on previous penalty kills, so let's see if they can keep this one at bay. Leeds knocking on the door again.
Shudra to Brown, one-timer.
Oh!
High over the net, and we get a whistle.
We'll see it again. Set up beautifully at the blue. Working the way out. Gets it to the open man. And he absolutely lets one go. 10:05 remains in this third final period. 1:51 on the power play.
Haywood on the draw. Brown set up for a shot if Haywood can get a clean win, but it's the Raiders that win it, and Ralph swings it right round where Ranson goes chasing down on Cole Shudra. Ranson's managed to tap it to Ailiff. Ailiff out in front. Oh, his shot saved by Gospel. Generated a good look there, short-handed. And now Ranson took a tumble with Howlett, but no call here. Haywood moves out for Leeds. Patient. Finds Witkowski. Witkowski with a bit of room to take a shot, but that was blocked by Ralph, and the remnants were picked up by James.
Yeah, you can see there Leeds looking to break out the zone quickly. And as they do, they manage to get a shot on, but there in the corner. Held up again. Lots of argy-bargy.
So Hare taking this face off for Leeds, but it's won by Raiders, and Dewey swings it right round, but only as far as Griffin. And Leeds look well established now for the remaining minute and 4 seconds of their power play. Hazeldine turns, finds Barnes. Barnes down low to Brooks. Brooks back to Barnes. Barnes up to Hazeldine. Looks to a shot and then shoots. The Raiders managed to pick up what's left of the rebound from that, and now Connolly attempting to apply pressure in the Leeds zone, but you've got to be careful here because Leeds can catch you on the break. Both four-checkers in quite deep for Romford there.
Another shot in.
Shot
Flash of the leather from James, and wraps that one up. 23 seconds left on the power play. 8 minutes 38 in the game. Raiders need to make a move within the next minute or two if they want to stand a chance.
So Leeds have changed personnel. Got Haywood out on the draw. They've sort of mixed their power play unit up a little bit here, by the looks of things. Not sure whether that was because Brown just needed a second with his knee, or perhaps some tired players. Raiders managed to knock it all the way back down to Griffin, where Haywood attempted to go cross ice to Howlett, but that was loose and enables Gulliver to cleverly flick the puck behind Hazeldine and then collect it, and then backhand one out in front, which flashed past Novak. Novak now trying to get on this puck.
They are back to 5-on-5.
They've killed the penalty off, the Raiders, but they've still got 2-goal deficit to address. And Witkowski with a little move inside, and then he was hit heavily by Gulliver. Leeds regrouping. Up to centre, Witkowski. Dumps in. Leeds go for a change. So Sylvester, without much pressure, although had a little bit of a sketchy moment there. Sylvester gets the puck back.
Yeah,
carries in,
Romford coming from the crowd. And he's going to be kicking himself for that one.
Wow, things just opened up there for
Sylvester.
Jake Sylvester.
Yeah, driving all the way through from the blue there. Lovely little drag move around the back of Baldwin. Fancy going top shelf on Gospel. Got too much of the puck though.
So if Gomesick wins this face-off cleanly, he's got to get past his man, which he's done this time. So if Relf can... No. So this part then breaks apart. But here we come, Howlett. Zach Howlett shooting, glove save.
What a save, James.
And who was that ready to pounce on it then?
Well, any of the Leeds Knights, they're all after the change, but I think it was Hayward.
It's a nice
Hayward
play
come
from
flying
Hayward,
in.
Hayward there, waiting for that loose change.
Okay, we wait for everyone to set up on this draw. It'll be Novak contesting the face-off for Romford against, I think, Hayward. And the puck just comes across for Witkowski to softly flip it into the Romford zone. Pascale, D to D to Dewey. And back to Pascale, looking for an outlet pass now. Taps one up for Gulliver to backhand into the Leeds zone. Novak out front! Sylvester scores!
And Novak gets one on the board and pulls the Raiders back within one with 5 minutes 6 remaining. It's now Leeds Knights 5, Raiders 4.
Well,
This game proving every ounce of a matchup that we thought it would be.
well, your bookies will have been going mad now because they would have had this as a whitewash for Leeds being the dominant team. But the Raiders have definitely come to make a game of this.
I must say, it seems like 3/4 of this arena just suddenly woke up.
Yeah.
Leeds win the face-off and come away with Barnes. Bats the puck down in on James. And James quick up here. Here we go. It's Ranson shooting.
Oh.
Beg your pardon, that's Gulliver.
Here they come
Now
in.
Leeds rushing back the other way. Oh, glove down by James, and it was loose for a second with Leeds
end-to-end
rushing
stuff.
the net. It's like a basketball game now.
Beautiful.
Oh, inside pass was just behind
What have the Knights got?
This is Barnes with Hamill going inside.
Oh, look at
Gloved
that.
by James, drops down. Ailiff comes back the other way. Long shooting, comes off the glass at a strange angle. Gives Leeds the chance to break with Witkowski now. He's got 2 defensemen ahead of him, so he's just going to delay.
Yeah, I must
drop
admit,
it in.
that did come off the glass a bit weird then. A bit like a 50-pence piece.
So, Raiders holding in their own zone. Barry across the Relf to Sylvester. Sylvester across the front of the D. He goes across. Oh, shooting chance there for Gulliver. It didn't get through. Leeds have iced the puck now.
Yeah. Well, 3 minutes 2 left in this game, and it is wide open. We see again end-to-end stuff.
Witkowski out for Leeds. Novak, Sylvester and Gulliver out for the Raiders. Gulliver battles for a puck to keep it away from Witkowski. And the Raiders move through neutral, back into their own zone, and then a pass up to Gulliver came off his stick. Leeds in control. Pass it back behind their own net. And oh, it's an error! No, just nervous moment there for Hazeldine as he just left the puck for Novak. Novak didn't get the shot away though. Connolly now. Gulliver cutting across, Connolly's shot. Save Gospel.
Yeah, Gospel had to grab that one there. It'll build a bit of confidence for the Knights fans, but Romford are throwing everything at this bar now, including the kitchen sink. 2 minutes 26 remains. Big ask for the Leeds defence.
Well, 1 minute and 38 seconds for Leeds to defend their 1-goal lead. No point arguing
now
with 2
you're kind of looking in, pulling the netminder territory, realistically. If you're a Raiders fan, you're going to want them to get the puck on net quickly and Gospel. He's going to want to freeze it. You want the face off their end.
So it's the stage in the game where winning those face-offs becomes so crucial, doesn't it? Relf behind his net looks to bring it out with Novak. Novak's got Sylvester. He backhands one in behind the Leeds net. Novak looks for Gulliver on the wing, but now, shot by Sylvester. Blocked by Gospel. It fell down into the slot area. Now Hayward couldn't get the pass through, so he has to control the puck and regroup.
Barry with the most indirect save there, I think.
Yeah.
1 minute left to play. Sylvester over to Ralph. Ralph flips one in.
They're trying to call James over. He's
And
wrapped it up in the glove though. This is it. James is going the bench.
Wow.
54 seconds left. And the Raiders are rolling the dice.
What a chance to do. This is it now.
6 attackers out for the Raiders.
All to play for. 54.5 seconds remaining in this third and final period.
All the fans on their feet.
Gomesick to take the draw against Hayward. And the puck is dropped, and the Leeds have managed to clear it out of the zone, and a rolling puck curves round behind the empty net. But quickly now, Roberts needs to make something happen. Gomesick carrying the puck. Long pass up to Sylvester. He taps it down into the Leeds zone.
Knights have got to hold on for 36 more seconds.
Novak tries to seal the boards off, but Leeds have got it away. No, they haven't. Gomesick's got it. Gomesick handles inside to Connolly. Connolly moves on to his backhand. He's got support in the centre lane. Novak swings the backhand at it, and it's loose in the puck, but that nets off its moorings, and we have a whistle.
Well, in there somewhere is Gospel.
The puck isn't out.
No, that's the key part. We'll see it again. Beautiful play by the Raiders to all tag up in time. Puck dumped into the danger zone. Baldwin's taking out the play early, and then all hell breaks loose.
Well, Gospel stands tall.
22.7 seconds is what stands between the Leeds Knights and their national championship.
And of course, time to net there. Waiting. It's got to go in one end or the other, or the whistle will blow.
A lot of discussion about the position of this face-off. Such an important call.
James is going to return.
James has got to go back because it's a neutral zone face-off.
And Sylvester's gutted.
So
He's staying far out though.
yeah, James positions himself ready to get to the bench quickly.
Right between the hash marks.
For the extra attacker will be Sylvester. And Hayward and Gomesick to contest the face-off. They managed to tap it into the Leeds zone. It comes back to Novak. Novak.
Off a helmet.
Shot one up high, which hit Hayward. Hayward seems to be okay though. Now Gomesick needs to go back and collect. James, no chance to come to the bench. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Time ticking away now.
James has gone to the bench.
They have done it. They have done
the
it.
Leeds
It
Knights.
is the Leeds Knights who are your playoff champions.
Wow, what a result, what a game. In keeping with the tradition of this weekend.
Well, we promised you an exciting game, and that's what we got. That's what we got.
And the fans still in full voice.
And what a weekend this has been, Ben.
Well,
a great weekend out. And do you know what I've enjoyed the most about it is not what's been going on so much in here. It's been outside afterwards, after the games, meeting in the bars, in the restaurants and stuff. Here we go with the bubbly stuff.
yeah, Brooks comes up and collects some of the bubbly. Very nice, very nice.
It's meeting of all the fans from the different teams as they all enjoy time together.
The obligatory photo.
Well,
It brings us to a season close right now.
so as the season now
And here
comes
he
to
is,
an end,
Kieran Brown.
Your champions!
the 2023 national champions, the Leeds Knights.
Well, a season rounded off to perfection for the Leeds-based side, taking the league and then taking the playoffs as well.
Raiders
Plenty in the future for this squad, so don't take your eyes off it. And they can only wait to see what happens next season.
Post-game at Planet Ice Coventry with Raiders coach Sean Easton after what has been a titanic battle with the Leeds Knights this evening and just come up short. You must be absolutely gutted.
Did anyone expect us to win? All year they kind of had the better of us, and I thought we put everything out there. I personally thought we were the better team for 50 minutes.
As you say, I don't think anybody expected tonight, and for that you must feel really proud.
100%. Like I said, 3-0 down, 3 minutes in. It's easy to pack your tent up and go, but we dug deep and found a way back into a game.
After yesterday's fantastic result, you must have felt confident going into today's game. But as you say, 3-0 down, it's a mountain to climb against this Leeds side.
It is, but that's where we play our best. When we're up against the ropes, we find ways of scoring them goals and getting back into a game. Every game since the playoffs, we've been down, and we found a way back.
But let's visit, since last season, you've come on absolutely leaps and bounds. It's been a season to be proud of all in all, and tonight, yes, it's ended in disappointment, but you must be so proud of your group.
Oh, really proud. Like, bottom of the league last year, we stuck with what we believed in. We stick with the local core group, added a few guys in, but really proud.
So how do you step on from this? You must be already looking forward to next season and potentially what you can add to this group and where you can go next year.
Yeah, like you say, is adding to what we've got. What we've got is a winning formula. All we need now is a little bit more depth, a little bit more legs for us, so we can really push to the end.
Well, as I say, I think from a neutral in the stands, it was a fantastic game tonight. You've got to be so proud, and thank you really to you and your team for giving us such good entertainment this evening.
Oh, thank you very much. We enjoyed it.
And hopefully we'll see you this time next year.
We'll be back.
Thank you very much, Sean. Post-game at Planet Ice Coventry, we've got very happy coach in Ryan Aldridge with us from Leeds Knights after a very hard-fought playoff final. Ryan, I'm sure you're delighted with your team's performance, but it's been a really tough weekend.
It has. We've played in every game all year that's been available to us. We've got a lot of tired boys. We had guys playing with a lot of injuries tonight, but they found a way to win the game. And yeah, been an outstanding weekend, but a long, hard, phenomenal season.
Both games really, I mean, they've both been so close for you this weekend. Telford pushed you all the way yesterday, and tonight the Raiders really haven't given up on you. No, absolutely. It just proves how strong the league is now, I think. Every game's a decent game. And like you said, both teams, although they were lower seedings, really pushed us to both, and the games could have gone either way at the end of the day. I think both teams had the chances to move away from each other, but at the end you've taken your chances, and maybe the Raiders are going to live to regret some of the ones that they missed, but really it could have gone either way towards the end there. Yep, no, absolutely. Our top forwards are phenomenal hockey players. They know where to put the puck in the net. Kieran Brown's always been massive for us all year, but it's been massive this weekend, and yeah, big players score big goals, and our big players score big goals. Well, I think your performance as a whole this season is shown in the awards that have been given out today. Player of the Year, Coach of the Year for yourself. Where do you go from here? What's the ambition now? It's just about trying to build on it. It's easy to say, but we're a very young team. So it was a building year, and it still is a building year. It's about, we talked today, it's about our mental toughness today. We lost to Peterborough. We gave Peterborough the cup, in my eyes, and that's our immaturity. And it's about building and building. We know we've got a core group that could be with us for years. It's a special group, and I'm enjoying my hockey more than I ever have, and it's down to them. I think a shout out probably for your fans over there. I've been watching from afar, and the band for Leeds has been full pretty much all year. These guys have given you some phenomenal support. They have, and I think we live in a society where we have to please everybody, and everyone says it's a cool thing to say now, our band's the best in the league, but ours genuinely are. Like every night they're behind us. We were down by 6 in Peterborough, they were behind us. They've been phenomenal all year. In our building, when we get up a couple and they're behind us, we never lose a hockey game. So they've been unbelievable all year, and as you can see, they've been unbelievable tonight. Well, thanks for your time today. Congratulations on the win, and hopefully you'll want to do it all again next year. Hopefully. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Thank you.